If you know you have criticized anyone who does what I may call performance charity, that is those who bring camera and position it and record their charity outreach for the world to see. If you don't ever criticize that practice, come here. I want us to discuss a very important topic. And then if you know you are the type that does performance charity, you're also invited because this message has something for you. Let me begin with an interesting story about the Jewish people. An elderly father was reading a book with his granddaughter. The title of the book they were reading is Mishnah Torah, a code of rabbinic Jewish religious law written by a great Jewish rabbi called Maimonides. So the text they were reading was the 8 levels of charity taught by this great rabbi. So according to this great rabbi, the 8th and the lowest level of charity or giving is giving to others ungraciously. Maybe a man begrudgingly buys maybe a sweater for a shivering man after the man must have asked him for that help. So he gives it to him in the presence of witnesses and then waits to be appreciated, invites people to witness the charity gesture and waits to be appreciated. This is the lowest level of charity. The 7th one, which follows this one, is a man does the same thing, buys maybe a sweater for a shivering man, but this time around, he doesn't wait for the man to ask him, so maybe he preempts or anticipates the man's need and then buys it him. And then the 6th level is a man gives only after the poor person asking for help. So he does this. And then the 5th level is when a man open-heartedly gives to another, but does so in private without needing media coverage. And then the 4th level is a man open-heartedly gives to another who does not know who has given him the gift, but the giver knows the person who is indebted to him. So maybe I give you something, you don't know that I was the one that gave it to you, but I knew you were the one I gave it to. And then the 3rd level is when a man open-heartedly gives to another and has no idea who has received it, but the man who receives the gift knows whom he is indebted to. And then the 2nd level of giving is when a man open-heartedly gives to another without knowing who will receive. And he who receives it does not know who has given him the gift. Here, giving becomes what I may call a natural expression of the goodness in us. That is, we give simply, naturally, the way flowers breathe out their perfume. So this level of charity exemplifies doing good just for its own sake. In fact, in Jewish temple, there is a place called the Hall of Secrecy. Here, whoever wants to give something, or the righteous, they will just go and place their gift clandestinely, secretly. And then those who need the gifts will also come secretly without being noticed to help themselves out from this gift. So finally, the best and the purest level of charity or giving, a level exceeded by none, is when a man assists a poor person by putting him or her in a situation where he can never beg for help again. So when this man finished reading this text with her granddaughter, it was now time to discuss which among them is the best. As expected, the granddaughter chose the first and the purest level as the best. But the elderly man, her grandfather, had issue with her choice. And what the grandfather said next became a powerful learning moment, not just for the daughter, but for everyone who is interested in improving his practice of charity or act of giving to anyone. So let's find out what the grandfather told the daughter when the daughter chose the purest and best level of charity. The grandfather began by asking her daughter, suppose we all gave only to those around us, as the first man did, begrudgingly, offering a coat or sweater to a man in need in the presence of witnesses. If we all do this, would there be more suffering or less suffering in the world than there is now? The granddaughter thought for a while, still sticking to the purest form of giving, yet challenged by the simplicity of her grandfather's question. She reluctantly said, well, less suffering. The grandfather, beaming with a beautiful smile, said, yes, that's true. Then he went on to say, some things have so much goodness in them that they are worth doing any way that you can. This is for those who delight in criticizing those who put on cameras while giving to the poor, or those who create content from human needs and wants. Yes, there are ways of giving that may diminish others, stripping them of their dignity and self-worth. We can learn to give without taking something away. But when this is not possible, it is still better to bless life badly than not to bless at all. So let's not throw the bathwater away with the child. Give him in a way that respects the humanity of others is important. But if this is not your team, if you're not comfortable giving that way, instead of not giving at all, no problem. Bring cameras and give. At least it will reduce the extent of human needs in the world. But not to give at all is what we will never support. So God bless you, both the givers and those who are calling them out for bringing cameras. Let us not be too quick, lest we throw the bath water away with the child. God bless you.